Bem, amigos e amigas do Hardcore Pixel, bem-vindos ao Save Point 874. Estamos aqui para o stream do Xbox, edição especial, camisa do Xbox e caneca do PlayStation para mostrar que as duas forças unidas fazem um verdadeiro gamer, sem fanboyismo. Começou, bom show para todo mundo. O legal do Developer Direct é que é a galera mesmo do estúdio falando, né? Menos marketing, mais jogo. Minha expectativa maior é o Avowed, da Obsidian, ver qual a dele, e se vai ter alguma coisa legal de Game Pass, que não foi anunciada ainda, o Remaster, será que a gente vê pelo menos a versão Next Gen do Fallout 4? É assim animal. Vamos ver. Deixa eu estar na cadeira que eu tô deitando. Nice. Muito bonitinho esse estilo do quadro branco. Opa, vai começar já com a Valed, é? Oba! Let's go.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment.
Ixi,
I'm so proud to share
legenda
with you
doidona.
our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical.
Agora a legenda tá show!
An experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora.
Gostei do nome do lugar. Aora. Aora. Aora do show!
And you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, Gameplay Director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to make
varianzinha, né?
to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries.
Nossa, a iluminação do jogo tá uma coisa absurda. Nossa, o jogo tá uma pintura, viu? Achei feinha as magias. Olha que feinhas, hein? A magia que eu achei feinha. Legal isso de ter inimigos, tipo, tem que primeiro eliminar aquele xamã. Legal a musiquinha, sabe, né? A musiquinha foi legal, é muito difícil o jogo não ser. Nossa, o jogo tá muito bonito. Agora só tá mostrando inimigo aquele ursão e esses lagartos aí, né?
Constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences.
Nossa,
Like
que
this side
cenário
quest you may
lindíssimo.
encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki,
Nossa, o legal da Obsidian é que eles fazem RPGs, geralmente, sem ser tão gigantes. Então, assim, são bem craftadinhos à mão. As missões, o loot, a exploração, tudo é muito...
take everyone's.
Tudo faz muito sentido, sabe? Tudo é muito preenchido, não é vazio.
Making the right choice
Tipo,
is
chegar no
always
planeta de
a
Starfield e ter que andar 1 quilômetro pra
gray areas.
entrar na caverna e não tem nada.
To make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and
Muito boa a dublagem, tá?
we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips.
Eu não gostei da fonte do jogo.
It was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick?
Engraçado, esse cara é meio réptil, né? Tem uma pele meio de réptil, tem um olho, dente.
Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest.
Show!
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is
Gosto assim. Você vai ter muitas opções. E dá um exemplo. Só.
have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting
Belo bigode.
to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a
Coisa linda esse jogo tá. Olha isso.
There's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed.
Eu curti, viu?
Thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands.
Vai ser muito bom.
Fall.
Fall é setembro, outubro, novembro, né? Muito bom. Tô mais ansioso pra isso do que eu tava pra Starfield. Boa. Muito boa, Obsidian. Curti muito. Achei as magias meio esquisitinhas, mas besteira. Massa. Boa. Ponto. Vamos ver. No fim a gente dá a pontuação. Se o showcase fosse até agora, nota 9. Muito bom. Vamos pra onde agora? Deve ser o Ars, não sei o que. Dockside, né? Opa, Ninja Theory. Hellblade. Há quem diga que Hellblade chega no primeiro semestre, viu? Eles tinham dito que era mais bastidores hoje. Vamos ver. Olha que bonito.
Hi, I'm Dom Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the
Belo
final
estúdio,
month
pô.
of
Olha,
development
Dark.
of Senua's Saga
Gostei.
Hellblade 2. and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined a high-fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
You see how slowly you are. Do you see how the pitiless world stamps you down?
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
Nossa, a dublagem também
In
muito
the
boa.
game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover along with us how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero, she's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gatherings.
Ai, gente, tá, mostra mais do jogo. É o tempo todo mostrando lá o lugar, tá bom, eu sei que é legal. Mas mostra o jogo. 3 anos, 4 já. A gente já sabe que tá sendo filmado aí. Tá demorando porque estão capturando os lugares direitinho. Poxa, fique indignado. Um pouquinho de gameplay, tá ligado? 5 minutos, 2 minutos de gameplay seguido. Poxa, já falaram disso do áudio também 10 vezes. Haja paciência. Muita vontade de jogar esse jogo, mas haja paciência para repetir a mesma coisa toda vez. Vou até aumentar o ar-condicionado aqui, que ficou calor.
There is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is specialized around you, and it's a beautiful experience. Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game
combate rolando ali. Mostra o combate!
an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on May.
21 de maio, bom demais, belíssima data. Boa! Tempinho pro backlog se organizar. Tá ótimo, boa Ninja Theory. Square Enix, que legal. Olha, o novo Mana, né? Visions of Mana, né? Ai, que legal. Que legal essa coisinha aí no efeito, muito show. Será que chega no Game Pass? Muito legal, muito legal.
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じ、実際豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Que pintura de jogo, minha gente.
今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である
Somente o criador dos mana trabalhando no jogo. Olha o sobretudo do rapaz, que é isso.
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Grabs. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上の猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコット
Massa, que dá pra fazer as coisas no bichinho.
可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。
Eu acho que é o primeiro Horizon Zero Dawn que você não pode descer da montaria pra coletar. Você tem que descer pra coletar as coisas, é um saco. Aí em Ghost of Tsushima, você em cima do cavalo coleta as coisas todas. Nem a animação tem, é ótimo.
それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなど、ゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Super espaço, né, que deram pro bicho.
武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックルにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さん
sabia que não ia chegar no Xbox.
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Show. Esse aqui também é mais ou menos. É uma galera que trabalhava em Civilization. Vieram fazer o Civilization deles. Ars. Isso aqui, né?
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement.
Que legal.
It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted
Câmera
to
deu um apito aqui.
and give players
Peraí,
around the
chão,
world a
rapidinho
chance
pra
to see the game
legal.
reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society.
Peraí, deixa eu me ajeitar aqui.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives.
Caiu aqui. Espera, o cabo puxou.
Feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy
Pra cá,
of
pra cá.
want to rule.
Ah, o negócio tá caindo.
Simplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their
Vira aqui
rivals to be the
pouquinho.
most influential,
Ó pra cá.
impressive, and important nation the world has ever known.
Que
This
ficou.
is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture?
Não ficou muito
Military
próximo.
might.
Não.
Scientific advancement?
Meu Deus, ele agachou aqui. Não.
In Ara, there are no set victory conditions.
Tá bom.
Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components.
Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units.
Não viajo muito não no Ara. Não me lembro de ter jogado um 4X desse. Na verdade, joguei, né? Aquele muitos mil anos. Aquele. Meu nome? César? É o nome César? Que você fazia. Quanto tempo que faz? Você fazia cidade na Roma antiga, essas paradas.
This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn
Viram que eu não tirei o negócio aqui debaixo desse copo? Eu acho esse copo muito legal. Olha como eu tô interessado no Aura, tô falando do copo. Eu acho muito legal esse copo, esses que são tipo duplos, né? Só que eu comprei uma vez e eu lavando ele a primeira vez, ele voou e quebrou. Eu não usei nenhuma vez, aí eu comprei esse. E aí ele quebrou o outro, eu tentando tirar isso com esponja. Aí eu não deixo, eu não vou ficar quebrado.
Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait, informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other.
Parece ser legal. Povo super gente boa. Tô doidona.
We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura.
Acho que Dan ainda aparecerá novamente ali atrás, será? Não. Também no terceiro trimestre do ano. Acho que não é o Indiana Jones agora. Acho que ainda deve aparecer outro quadradinho que não tinha aí. É não, Indiana Jones. Deve ser ele e fechar. A Shine Games é a galera do Wolfenstein, né?
Välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones.
Minha aposta é que é um FPS mais focado em stealth.
Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises.
Com um quê de Dishonored na exploração.
In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game.
Olha o menino Todd.
I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project. and they have just been so trusting and
É
supportive.
outro que eu não sou muito identificado com Indiana Jones, mas vamos ver o jogo.
I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what
Oba!
the team here has been up to.
Gameplay,
Let's take our
gameplay.
first look at the new Indiana Jones.
Uhul! Que seja legal, que seja legal, que seja legal.
Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sands of Africa.
Rapaz, conseguiram a cara de Harrison Ford. Que massa. Muito legal. Conseguiram. Será que é a voz dele? Acho que não.
History. Just different ways to interpret the past.
Acho que não é a voz dele, não.
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs.
Bem Uncharted, né? Em primeira pessoa. Bem mais focado em puzzle, com certeza. Foco legal na história, hein? Animações estão um pouquinho estranhas ainda, mas deve faltar tempo para o jogo lançar. Olha aí o stealth. É?
Mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
Dun, dun, dun. É o burrinho com a percussão. Variação legal de cenários. Olha. Uau! Set pieces. Legal, hein? Bem legal. Muito legal. Vamos dar data?
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been
Nossa, que
fans of the
rooftop legal.
character for years.
He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Não tem problema não, mas eu sou um grande fã da terceira pessoa. Esse jogo do Avatar mesmo, se fosse terceira pessoa, eita.
All of these moments are much more intense in first person.
But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with a
Ah,
hat,
então vai alternar, que legal.
and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a
Ah, que legal. Adorei.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade.
Olha a canon.
When our
Que
game
chique,
begins,
fino.
Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was
Olha,
stolen,
Vaticano.
and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Getting the hang of this.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
Ai, massa isso de várias cidades.
Environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
Sempre bom lugares nevados.
Carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the Indy films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this.
Ela vai ser do mal no fim. Tô já cantando a bola aí. Ela é do mal no fim, anotem.
Let's see if you can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment.
Engraçado que ele escalando as coisas devagar, né? Faz sentido.
And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indie Sweep, and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them.
Engraçado. A maioria dos puzzles opcionais.
Small secrets and hidden puzzles that blend right in with
Legal.
our surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Nice. Exploração, então, opcional, mas compensa. Achei legal, viu? Melhor do que eu esperava. Muito bom, muito bom.
Surprising twists and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year.
Que legal, chega esse ano. Que ano forte da Microsoft, viu? Avowed, Indiana Jones, esse ano. Tô esquecendo mais o quê? Hellblade, Stalker. Putz, muito forte. Agora, engraçado, só o Hellblade não é a primeira pessoa desses 4. Muito forte o ano. O DLC de Diablo deve chegar direto no Game Pass no fim do ano. Bom. E aí? Deve ser um encerramento agora com alguma surpresinha com a Microsoft. Vamos ver. Opa. Vídeo de encerramento. Será? Não, vai ter alguma coisinha. Muito legal toda a interface do showcase.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. Stay happy!
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
My name is Masaru Oyamada. 今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Muito bom. Se for só isso, nota 9. Se mantém do começo ao fim desse showcase. Muito bom. Muito forte. Mesmo só com esses anúncios muito fortes da Microsoft. Bom demais, gente. Não esqueçam de se inscrever e curtir se gostaram do programa Save Point todo dia. Acho que nessa sexta mais cedo um pouquinho. Nessa sexta vai ser 5 e pouca. É isso? É isso. Aí agora vai ter o evento de Elder Scrolls Online da nova expansão. Eita, a câmera mexeu aqui. Valeu, povo. Muito obrigado. Até o próximo. Se cuidem, se divirtam. Bons jogos. Fui.